Oh wait, we're live already. Oh no.
We're true live. Oh my god.
I forgot the thing. I'm sorry.
We can do that as well. Let's just start it.
Yeah. All right.
Hello.
Hello, everybody.
I will go silent and copy our link to our Instagram right now.
Yeah, I make a little story for Instagram. Usually that's something we do in the 10 minutes. But I messed up.
It's you know, you almost forgot the live stream, so this is not the worst part to forget.
Where's my hand?
Share.
That's the wrong hand, right? Yeah, this is the right hand. I'll be working on my hand again today.
I will just why not? I will make a hand.
Hand day today.
Handed it. I will hand it to them. It'd be handy to make hands.
Well, it is. Yes. Today I had a day off, and it completely threw me off the schedule. Forgot that we had a scope today.
It's just extremely chill.
Yeah, apparently it was. Yeah, last week I kind of worked on the hand, pretty much this, what you're seeing right now. And I just adding a little bit more detail to it. Before it was not this not to the degree I wanted it to be. So just add a little bit more, skin to it instead of just shapes. The proportions are also a bit better. Though they're still off, I kind of count it as, fantasy. It's a dwarf, right? The proportions are purposefully a bit altered, like bigger feet and hands, right? Let's see. You just used
And you wanted to also have some monkey ape-like features.
Yeah, the orangutan.
Orangutan features.
Yes.
So that also makes it different.
Yeah, they do. They do. The fingers look especially look a little bit gnarly because they're so very tight around the finger. But that's the reference that I have. So of orangutan hands, they're very leathery. Let me just grab that. Where's my pure ref? There it is. Dwarf anatomy reference. Yes. Thank you very much.
Oh, I didn't tag us.
Up, there. Yes. That one. Yes.
Here, tablet. Let's do some stuff.
Stuff. Oh. Sit behind my screen properly today. Let's see if I can do that for a full session.
Let's make some yams.
Finally going to work on your hands today.
I'm going to hand it.
Gotta hand it to you. It's wonderful.
No, just super full because my PureRef file is huge.
You got too much reference.
3 gigs of reference.
Oh boy. That's a big file. Got no idea how big my file is, to be honest, but
At least 3 gigs of RAM is what it uses, so that's not great.
I've got no idea. Let's see if I can find that, what my pure rev does. Pure rev, CPU memory, 1 gig. Okay. Still not nothing, but I got more than enough of that, so that's good.
Close some subtools here. Might help a little.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Close my Dragon Boy.
Bye, dragon.
Farewell. Delete all.
The entire dragon. You're sick of
Yeah,
it. Don't want to see it anymore.
so strange. Yeah. That's just how it works. And this one is an old version.
Yeah, man. Delete your art, right?
Ah, so had it less laggy.
Kill your darlings. Ah, look at that. Wonderful. Oh yeah, I kind of wanted to have my boy on screen as well. Oop. There, right?
That's a part that I'm not going to use.
That head.
Yeah.
When you made them blue.
What
What is he called again? This was a very short name as well, right? Abotep? No. Abam?
Something like that.
Blue Egyptian god. Google. Amun. Yes, that was him.
Shit, that's what's not too many. Whoops.
Your day today, Mike. What did you do?
It was all right. I had a little nap before I came on.
Ah,
I was quite tired.
it's a very busy day then, apparently.
Yeah. But I'm recharged. I'm ready to go. Make some hands.
Wonderful. It's what every artist wants to
Place.
do when they wake up. Like, yeah, let's make some hands today.
Yes.
Wonderful. No timer today. No, I kind of forgot the initial 10-minute timer. So we were
kept
live
going.
immediately.
Time's up immediately.
Exactly. You have infinite time. Hey, Kafam, you're back.
Hello.
Hello. Did you find us again at random?
Nice that you're back again.
Yeah. We are sculpting on our dwarfs today. Just show you what we've done. It's a bit of a struggle when the full sculpt is on my screen right now. It's not PC, but it works. Let's see now the full hand. There we go. This is my dwarf. made from a random prompt.
Is he dwarf?
The Egyptian board cook. And Mike over there is making
Indonesian.
an Indonesian. Sorry, I messed them up. And an Indonesian board cook, and Mike is making an Egyptian dragonslayer, an angry one.
Angry dragonslayer. Yes, he's very angry while slaying the dragon.
Yeah, and
that's the plan.
It started off as an enemy project, so kind of made a very crude skeleton, and then I posted. Mike did the same thing, a similar thing, and then we put some muscles on there. And it was basically, it started off as an anatomy project.
Time ago.
Yeah. Let's do that quick. And we give ourselves not really a whatchamacallit? A deadline for this one. So we just keep going until it's done.
No, there's no concept art because this is straight from our brains.
Yes.
My concept art way at the start was this was my initial sketch. Somewhere out here.
There he is. The dragon has grew a bit in size.
Yeah. The idea was he was jumping on his head and slaying the dragon. And the dragon is based on Apep from the Egyptian mythology. So it's a serpent of the night. And yeah, and then over time he evolved a little bit. Let's see. Bone pose. Here we have some basically shaped bones. Muscles number 6. Let's see what we have over there. I have so many save files.
Yeah, I'm actually quite happy that I still have the skeleton and the muscles just in the group, and I used the the visibility sets just to turn them on and off. It makes it quite a lot easier.
To a dwarf head. I was like, let's change it. Let's change the pose a little.
He only did it a couple of times, so that's good.
So he was more hanging off of him. So yeah, that was a change. And then I was looking at how to make the dragon cooler. And then I changed it a little bit. He grew a little bit.
Yeah, that as well.
In there.
But I like that you basically stayed with this design in the end.
Basically.
Yeah, it's still very similar to this one.
Yeah. I was missing a little bit of like directionality. Like the dwarf is kind of getting lost. There's no real composition going. Oh, well, the composition is like, yeah, the pyramid's pointing up. And that's about it. So I tried to make it more directional with the obelisk in there. And let's see. Dwarf symmetry. Dragon only 19. Let's see what this means. I screwed up my my usual naming convention.
Oh no. You'll fix it later, right?
Look at this. Figured out that he was going to be what he was going to be wearing, our little dwarf guy, kind of.
Yeah, which is always a fun process.
Oh. dragon.
Yeah, because we kind of had the idea to make dwarves. That's the idea that we only had. Like, yeah, let's make some dwarves, some nice muscular little stocky dudes. And but then we had the idea to try and create a dwarf that wasn't your typical dwarf, not like the Celtic or Nordic inspired ones, right? So what if we made one out of a culture where we are not aware of potential dwarves in folklore, right? Besides, the default tiny people who have people who have growth deficiencies, right? So yeah, it was also a very fun challenge to see if you can make it fit into that culture.
Yeah. Egyptians don't usually have dwarfs running around in their mythology.
No, not a
There was
lot,
like
right?
one that I found. It was like the dwarf Bess,
Yes,
who
yes.
sometimes was displayed. So I'm just stealing his mutton chops that he has when he was displayed, like in his beard.
It's beautiful
But
mutton chops.
yeah, after that whole evolution, he became this kind of dragon, and now I am working on his hands because his hands are still little blobs.
For me, it was more because I wasn't able to find any. Let's use the move tool. It goes a bit better if I want to move things, right? Um, I wasn't able to find anything about dwarves necessarily in Indonesian folklore, and but I was able to find some no, the things that dig up bones. They found bones of a primitive kind of a human, an offshoot of it, a cousin of us, who was discovered on one of the islands, and they were very small, just like a meter tall. And they recreated those out of the bones they were able to find, and they kind of look dwarf-like. They're very short and stocky. So I kind of went with that. The only thing that I was able to find also were stories about, or this is a story about a story, really.
Story about a
Yeah, it's
story.
a story about a story. Yeah. Very accurate. But basically, a story you tell to the kids, like, "Hey, watch out! It's in the forest. Like, don't go too far." And apparently, they had very gluttonous and wild people running around in the forest, further into the jungle. And they told those stories also to the Europeans who got there. And it turned out that the people they were talking about were orangutans. So those were the only short people I was able to find. So I'm kind of trying to make something up of a primitive person who's very stocky and small, and also trying to put some orangutanginess in there as well.
Orangutanginess.
Orangutanginess, yes, it's a word now. So that's kind of where we got. So there's no really any art today to look at because it's all in our heads. Like you said, it's muscle memory time.
Art.
Hmm?
I hope there's still art.
Yeah, but not concept art. We're not working on concept art today. Just the empty void next to me.
Orangutangu.
Tanu. Is
Orangutan.
he someone?
Orangutan.
Tanu. Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's how you say orangutan in your language. No idea which one it is, but yeah, those guys. Those are from Indonesia as well. So that's why it has that very large amount of shaggy hair, and the hands are also a bit odd, especially with the nails. But yeah, like I said in the beginning of the stream, they are a bit more closer to orangutan hands. Not shape-wise, but just the skin-wise, really. At least that's my excuse for it, and I'm going for it. It's purposefully done this way. It's not that I dislike making hands in any shape or form. Not at all.
Everybody got some hands.
What is it that made them so difficult? Because the difficulty is quite unanimous, at least on the internet. There are not a lot of people who enjoy making hands, right? Everyone's saying, yeah, they are difficult.
Because they are kind of like faces. You are always looking at them.
Maybe
So you
that's
can
it.
really see when they are not right. It's like, yeah, well,
That sounds like it should be, yeah.
it's like it's close, but something feels off. It's like,
5 tube-like shapes coming out of that rectangle shape. This isn't a hand, right? Did this bit, this knuckle. Let's tone that down.
uh-oh.
What are you doing? What happened?
Something is still masked in the things that I'm copying. So that's not good. Choop, choop.
It's a good theory.
Brilliant.
Thank you very much. This big bit, so it's connecting, squeezing that. Well, not really squeezing, not really putting any effort into it, right? But he's holding that
Squeeze.
spoon that he has made for himself. Push that one back in. Very loose grip on that spoon. He doesn't have any intentions of using a lot of energy. He's so bored.
You know, just
So you're working on your Blender animations still today, or what are you doing with us in the background, distracting you from?
yapping. About hands.
But hands and fingers and apes,
Monkey boys.
Egyptian gods.
Three, 1, 2, 3. Push down.
Yeah, you're trying the fundamentals again. Great, awesome. You're doing the very fundamentals, like the bouncing ball and the ball with the tail, the pendulum. Oh, you made yourself a knife. Nice. It's looking good as well. Perfect.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Your first day as modeling. Oh yeah, right. That's Oh, I am remember the first day modeling.
I don't.
You put it back in your head, right?
I don't
Back
want
to
to
the
remember.
archives, never to be obtained again. Our first assignment that we got from education was to make what was dubbed the Hell Box.
Box from hell.
It's the box from hell, yes. And it was very simple. You just got a texture of a box, one of three, and you had to make that in 3D. So it was the picture of a folded out one, and you had to make the polygons and fold it into shape. And it's a very simple, looking back at least, a very simple assignment. But because we didn't know Maya yet, and everything was just strange. What are angons, right?
What are
what
angles?
what are angons? Who needs those? Is it like a polygon, but more? That's better, right?
Yeah, more is better.
Yeah, and it's a very good assignment if you're not familiar with the software to know that piece of software, just the very basics of it at least. And yeah, that was our assignment, just to make a box and fold it. And I don't think a lot of people made that well, passed it. It wasn't really for a grade, but if it was for a grade, then yeah, a lot of people would have failed that one.
Yeah, it was basically if you did everything well, no errors, nothing, then you got a bonus point in your next assignment. And if you didn't, then you don't.
Yeah.
So it was a 1 or a 0.
Not a lot of people had that extra point.
So I learned what angles were at the end of that.
Yeah, me too.
Because when I got my grade, it's like I thought I did everything well, but then it's like, no, there's angles. I'm like, what? Where? How? It's like, oh yeah, obviously, but yeah. Uh, I had no clue.
I had the luck that I had some feedback beforehand, and someone was like, "Oh, I had a lot of icons in there." So I just, what are icons again? Yeah, it's the polygons that have more than 2 triangles in there. Like, oh, okay. It's more than 5 vertices, more than 4 vertices. Sorry, 5 or more. And so I was able to get rid of those on time. But I thought, like, hey, it's looking good now. Why not go for the extra mile and add some thickness to it?
Oh,
Yeah, but when I folded it, that the vertices were kind of going skewed, and
okay, some
not
more
really,
angles.
making things. They weren't really in the place where they should be, and that made the cardboard very skewed in some places. Like the top bit was like it should be kind of like this, like even
Easy.
spaces, but because I kind of did like that and then I folded it, then it kind of became skewed in a way, so that wasn't really what it should be. And therefore I also kind of failed that one because I tried to do too much, and it
Oh
wasn't really
man,
part of the thing either. Like, it could have been if it was good enough, but yeah.
doing too well.
I was trying to do too much for my knowledge. I was very much still climbing the Mount Ignorance.
All the way to the top, maybe.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, knife making was also something that I really enjoyed. One of the studios I worked for, school teaches basic shape first, like triangle or sphere. Well, they are already primitives, right? So we didn't need to make those, but that assignment, that Hellbox assignment, was more for getting to know the software and how to turn the camera, how to place the pivot where you want it, how to slice a polygon. Yeah, just the very basics of it, and they didn't really teach us, to be honest. They just gave us the assignment. Like, there you go. This is what you have to do now. Okay. If you have any questions, just ask, and then you can't find them anymore if there are any questions. So yeah, but for animation, we got that as well. We started off with a bouncing ball, and afterwards there was a ball with a tail. It's still a bouncing ball, but then the tail kind of flops around, right? The pendulum we also had was a platform with a tail on it, and it just waved and waved and waved, and then that tail kind of dangled around to it. Then we had Hippie. Hippie was very cool. It was yeah, Hippie was a sphere with legs. Yeah, find me when speech time. Yeah. Teachers enters in a portal and disappears. Especially that, yeah.
Oh.
It also may have had to do something that a lot of us were working on those assignments at, the weekend before when you had to hand it in. So
I mean, we only had 1 week, so
for that one we had, yeah. For a lot of other ones, we had 6 of them, but
those were the worst ones.
Yeah, because you started off very enthusiastically. We doing all the things, and then oh yeah, you can do this tomorrow, and then suddenly productivity just drops until it's the last weekend or the 2 days before, and then it just spikes up again. It's just and every time again you fell for it.
I have to finish everything.
And it wasn't the only assignment. No, we had like 4 of those at the same week. It's
pretty good.
What a time.
What a time to be alive.
I didn't feel alive sometimes, especially after those weeks. But yeah, then you were very exhausted, and you had a week off, which was nice. And then you got a new assignment, and then you got very excited again. And like, yes, let's do that assignment.
Oh, if any of those classes had tests, then you didn't have a week off.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Most of them didn't, but sometimes.
Andrew's ones did.
Special.
Oh yeah, and ludology as well, right?
Oh yes, that was a thing.
It's nice. We totally didn't play Minecraft that day.
Just Jackrabbit.
Yeah, that as well. For studying the assignments.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, we're learning ludology now.
Yeah. Well, let's learn ludology real quick. Let's do that together. Have you seen that new game Minecraft, by the way?
Yeah, it was new. Oh.
It was new back then, yeah. And I played it for like a couple of hours. And
alpha, like.
Oh yeah, very much. Yeah. I played it for a couple of hours, and then I got really bored with it already. And then you came with the Tekkit pack, the mod pack. That's when everything went wrong.
Everything changed.
Everything changed. First time I played was version 1.5.0, so yes.
It's a while ago.
Yeah.
The good old days.
Especially when your education is about, making your own games, and then suddenly that game dropped. Everyone knew about it in like a couple of days. So it's very interesting. Something that was never done before.
Something that basically started the indie market.
No.
Well,
There was a boom before that as well, and Minecraft was part of that. But yeah, there were a lot of the survival games, right? Those boomed up
yeah, true.
because you could, craft your own fire in your house and things like that. Rust came, and that inspired a lot of other creators to make their own games, like Ark, for instance. Trove came as well to which was an MMO, which was very pixelated, but also in 3D. So like, oh yeah, they're doing Minecraft's doing pixel things. That works. Let's do that as well. Oh, and Terraria was also a thing already. Just already. You're making a hand. It looks like a hand, at least.
Yeah. Easy.
You go crazy. Oh no.
Yeah.
Watch out. Watch out, guys. He's gonna do it.
It's into place. Fold the fingers and then put them in there. Yeah. Let's try it out. Let's see how it goes. Right. Turn this off.
Didn't intend it to be a crude remark.
It's supposed to be a hand.
To a lower subdivision, just move it around.
Disappeared. Come on, Gizzy. This hand goes open. Yeah.
Called you Gizmo Gizzy.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Gizzy the Gizmo.
Give him a bit more personality. I like it.
Yeah. That's other hand. Put that on over here.
Yeah, I remember that the updates from Minecraft were very far between, which was fine. They were a very small studio back then, not really from bought by Microsoft yet, right? But the updates themselves were also very, very small. So yeah, there was a new update for Minecraft, and that was the update where cows got udders. Yes.
Hell yeah.
It's a whole new game.
They still make tiny updates for Minecraft.
Yeah, that's true, but I'm not playing it as much anymore, or as regularly anymore, so I don't really notice it. It's not really something I care for anymore either. See, I'm gonna grab myself something to drink. I forgot about that.
It's all the way down.
Just a sec.
To the hall and through the hallways to the sink. I hope still water. So dramatic. So I have to just remain this. Oh, not this. Renee. He made it! He just survived!
Survive my voyage!
And through the fire and the flames.
Through the abyss. This pitch black corridor.
The abyss, that is your house.
Yes.
Oh no. Oh no, no.
That makes it easier to stare into it. Oh, you scream into the abyss, right? And you stare into the void.
All of the above.
Yeah. I sometimes do it the other way around, just because I like being rebellious sometimes.
Yeah. Screaming into the abyss.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just have a staring contest with it.
Yeah. No, that's I like doing that with the void, just to mock it. Like, I'm not screaming at you, I'm just staring.
Yeah, staring into the void, it's all well and good until the void stares back.
Oh yeah. So let's see what I can do about those knuckles, because last week I wasn't really happy with it, and I just went to the to the fingers to see if I had kind of to lose focus on a thing that I didn't know how to fix anyway. All right, let's do this part of the finger as well. Still, it's pinky. Not happy. Do you know why?
Because his hand looks strange and unnatural.
Do you know why it looks strange and natural?
Because he has no wrist.
No. I think it's something
No?
else. Yeah. Do you have a piece of tubing nearby?
What do you mean with tubing?
Something that can represent a handle of a sword or something like that, or a little box, or your own wrist maybe. You just grab a hold on your own wrist. Where did the fingers go?
I mean, just also the look of the fingers. If I'm going to wrap them around, they are going to be almost non-existent. So short, so tiny. And it's saving.
Drink now. Because right now it kind of looks like he is grabbing it like this between. Do I have a? Do I have a thingy? Yeah, over here.
This is what it was
I've
before.
got a metal cup over here. It kind of looks like he's grabbing it between his fingers.
I cannot see you.
Oh yeah, that's true. I'm sorry. But yeah, for the people, kind of looks like he's grabbing it between the fingers instead of just going all the way around and holding it. So why do you think they become non-existent? I didn't quite get that part.
Because, you if I, okay, let's just go back to the other hand. Wherever it is, here, this finger. If I rotate him around more, chip, 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 they become like tiny little boys.
Yeah, but that because the in your case, it kind of looks like it has a bone in it and a lot of flesh around it. But if you look at your own fingers, it's mostly bone and just some skin.
This is
Maybe
what's
mine are
all.
just very thin, right? But it doesn't really have a lot of flesh around it. So what you made was it kind of looks like the equivalent of a skewer in the sausage instead of um, yeah, something else that isn't that. Thinking is hard. So you can make some thick fingers, but then the joint should be a thick joint as well. So it doesn't angle right at the tip. It should also angle a little bit further down, or rotate around the point that's a little bit further down instead of
Get more in the middle.
yeah. I think that would help a bit. Maybe stretch a bit upward as well.
Joint.
Yeah.
Makes sense, but
You shouldn't, but it's also kind of proportions that you need, right?
gotta do something. Gotta do something crazy. As I do.
Do your thing. Just go wild. I believe in you. kind of gave those tips away like it sounded like I knew what I was doing. I don't. I've got also no idea how to make hands. It's just
over here. This.
always an experience making these. Why couldn't we just have tentacles, right? See that? You came back and the first thing we heard was tentacles. What's going on? Well, you missed a bit. No, we were just contemplating why we wouldn't just have tentacles. Why should we make hands, right? Why did nature intended us to for us to have hands? Tentacles would be so much easier to make. There are brushes for that. You just got a tentacle brush, right? In ZBrush, not in ZBrush, but someone that has made it properly.
Definitely.
Most
It's just a
likely.
Blender plugin.
Yeah. This is also one of our more relaxing, more quiet days most of the time. It's pretty much the end of it. Well, yeah, it's we don't really have a pressure or a time pressure on us.
Time pressure.
So we tend to be a bit more silent as well.
Silence is golden. Right?
Just focus mode. Things we don't know anything about, or not all that much.
Shit.
Philosophy, yes. Give us a well, if you want to, a nice philosophical question. See if we can solve it today.
Yeah, let's solve philosophy.
Let's solve philosophy for everyone today, so we can just stop with that and just do other productive things, like making hands for us, like so we don't have to.
Let's start with a We can start with a simple philosophical problem, for you.
Oh.
Which came first, the chicken or the egg?
The egg came first.
Where did the egg come from?
Dinosaurs. They changed into chickens.
Where did the dinosaurs come from?
Eggs.
And where did the egg come from?
Fishes.
Where did the fish come from?
Where did they come from? Yeah, they came from the sea, and they should have been bacteria, right? And where do fish come from?
Eggs.
Yeah. How did bacteria change into fish? Because I know there was a big boom, really, of crustaceans. And
I'll have you know,
tell me, please.
I played Spore once upon a time.
Oh, yeah.
And you just eat other bacteria and then you grow a fishtail.
Yeah, that's basically
how
what
you do
happened.
it.
Yeah, that's basically what happened.
That's how your bacteria turns into a fish. No egg needed.
No
Just
egg
level
needed.
up.
It just morphs.
Just a level up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have some very gnarly knuckles. Just calluses on calluses on calluses.
Philosophical question. Bram, could you describe for me what colors are?
Ooh, maybe. Yeah. What is I also got the question from come from. What is the English of chicken and egg situation? Like what became first? What came first, like English or another language? You mean that?
Was the chicken English when he crossed the street, so he looked at the wrong side.
Oh yeah,
And
probably.
then
Yeah.
the car was driving on the wrong side of the road.
Look to the right first, but no. What came first? Yeah, that's a bit of a difficult question because language is something that changes all the time, right? Even from generation to generation, there's always people using words that you have no idea what that is in that context, right?
And so first came the baby.
I do that, I do that.
Yeah, and then the baby started making sounds. And then English appeared.
Yeah, that was like the next generation. That was already
Yeah.
English.
So it was like Jesus for baby language. All the problems are solved now.
The genesis of language.
Yes.
Yeah, there are a lot of similarities in, for instance, French and English, and also French and Italian and Spanish, right? They're very similar. No, not very similar, but there's some similarities to it, which is always very fun. It's
We have all of those with letters that kind of seem normal, and then seem normal, seem similar. And then there's like Japanese and Chinese and like everything in Africa, like where they have different sounds, and like, do they all come from the same start somewhere, or did we all just happen to have the same kind of idea? Like, hey, we need something that everybody uses the same way.
I think because we initially started out in Africa, right? Then we moved north to the Middle East, and then we kind of separated to, the Asia and Europe. and then even further towards America as well. And because I think because animals and also people communicate with each other, right? Even though it's not a language you know, it's they know. Same like birds chirping, right? It's just looking for a friend, and
looking for a good time. Chirp, chirp.
But because that took so long, so many generations just to move to a different country. You know, not that they existed back then, but to a different place in the world. That a lot of languages and dialects kind of morphed into all the dialects that created, and new words that needed to be created for new experiences, and animals and plants that just morphed into a new language. So it's a bit difficult to say if English was first.
They also have like language between like whales and stuff, right? They have their language.
Yeah, they communicate.
They had names or something.
I don't know if they've got names, but there were some similarity, some noises that how do you call it? Terugkwamen regelmatig. They regularly
consistently reoccurred.
Thank you. Yes.
Oh, English, baby.
Yeah. It hasn't evolved in my head too much. You didn't know our spawn point was in Africa? It was. Yes, it was near the Nile, I believe, somewhere in the south, Lake Victoria. I think. Don't quote me on that though.
Was the spawn point like the plates of the Earth? Were they also in their different position back then?
Oh no. That was way earlier.
What?
Yeah.
How did we cross the sea?
Which one?
The one between Africa, Europe, and the Americas.
Between Africa and Europe, there isn't really a sea. It's just land.
Yeah, no, okay. Yeah, between that side and the Americas.
Americas, because of an ice age. It was crossable.
Just walked over the sea.
Yeah, we walked in between Russia and what is now Russia and not Atlantis. Come on, the bit of America next to Canada. You know,
that area.
Also not Alcatraz. No.
Not Google.com.
It starts with an A though. They mine a lot of gold there.
Antarctica?
No, not Antarctica. No, that's in the south.
It's the wrong side. Siberian Sea.
Siberian Sea.
The Barents Zee.
Oh.
Arctic Sea. Arctic Ocean.
Next to Canada.
Yeah, Arctic.
Dun, 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 dun. I feel so dumb. Alaska, there we go.
But Arctic is there.
It is the Arctic, yes, sorry, yes. But I meant Atlantic. No, I forgot. I forgot the word again.
Alaska.
But everything is completely fine in my head, yes. But yeah, there was a land bridge there. And that's why
facts that may or may not be facts.
Yes, and that's how we crossed that part. Or say we.
Just walk there.
Yeah, they just walked there. Yeah.
Crazy. And then the ice age was over, and they're like, "Oh shit, we want to go back." And then over time, they forgot, like, where did we even come from? We were always here, right?
Yeah, because other people, the next generation wouldn't know any better than to be there in that spot, and maybe moving as well.
Depends on how good their stories were.
Yeah. But those are also kind of a lot of things like mythical creatures, like the dragon, for instance. It's a very nasty animal, right? And that's basically because that's a combination of our predators. When we used to have predators, like a snake because of the scaly skin.
Like the Germans. Oh, I mean,
Eagles were also very something you really had to watch out for back in the day when we were still running around in trees, right? Just pick you up and just fly away with your baby. And so yeah, so that's where a flying snake kind of comes from, and panthers and jaguars and things like that. That's where all the claws from dragons come from. So they kind of merge all of them together, one amalgamation of the antagonist in stories.
Bad boys.
Yeah. If you see something scaly or with fangs or wings, just run away or hide, whatever. Just yeah. So those kind of stories kind of stayed. Yeah. Another philosophical question: if response point was Africa, it's means someone breaks the bed and now responding randomly. Oh yes, if the world was like Minecraft, then it could be, yes. No, if it was like Minecraft, you always spawn at the same spot, right?
Yeah, kind of. But let's say that if every time you respawned, it was a new seed.
Oh yeah, and that's how reincarnation started, right?
Do you think if we have reincarnation, right?
Yeah.
Do you always reincarnate later in time, or can you also reincarnate earlier in time?
Um, I saw a video. I think it was a week or two ago on Kurzgesagt, which is a very fun YouTube channel that explains existence, but in a very fun way, very confusing way, but very fun.
Very philosophical.
Yes, very philosophical, but also in a way that you can kind of understand it as well. We live in blocks. Yes, exactly. Time blocks. And they kind of explained it that everything that has happened and is happening and is going to happen all exist in that same block of time. So it kind of because it kind of depends where you are in space and observe to it to Earth, really, to a specific point to it, like what we're doing right now. Like a couple of aliens are watching this, and depending on where they are in space and the distance from that, they see or they will see a different point in space. But because they're all doing that in the same moment, looking at us, but at a different space, they will see the different times that we are doing, for instance, this. So maybe one is looking at in such a way, in such a distance that they're seeing it as it is going, so they're very close by. But if one is very far away, they might see our situation as it would be in, I don't know, 50 years.
But if they are very far away, doesn't that also mean that they have to wait for light
Yeah,
to be there, and
exactly.
then they see the past instead of the 50 years from now?
That's for the past. Yeah, that's true. They also had a point for the future though. But yeah, that's
Just see in the
exactly that
negative
point.
distance.
Mm-hmm. It's
But
very
what if they
fun
don't need
video,
light
but
to
also
see?
very confusing.
What if you don't need light to see?
That's very difficult to look into space, right?
Yeah, but like,
And if you could look into space while not seeing, then it would be very noisy.
exactly.
Yeah.
What if that's not true perception?
If life was like Minecraft, then the Earth would be flat, would be real. Yes. Then flat Earth is real. Yes. that.
Well, then it would be flat, but also flat, flat, and flat, flat, 6 times.
Yeah, it will
However
be
many times I said
a
it.
voxel spinning through space. Oh man, but then the edges of our cube world, that would have been very a very weird discovery, that at the end of the world, from your original perception, there's nothing anymore, and suddenly you just tilt forward and then there's even more land.
Just rotate 90 degrees and then
Yeah.
it's like, oh.
It's a terrifying experience, I think. Very confusing.
You're like, yeah, I'm never doing that again, so I'm not going back. This is my world now.
Yep. Just live here.
Yeah.
With the sideways people.
Yeah.
But only from your perspective. Yeah. You're also a sideways person, but
If we zoom out, like universes, Milky Ways, and beyond, weren't we also a disk shaped?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they are actually right. It's flat. It's just not that flat.
Yeah, but that will be our universe, right?
Yeah,
But
exactly.
there are multiple of those, and those are just scattered around like nonsense. So it's still kind of spherical, but just a lot of solar systems and universes that are. Is universe the correct word for it? No, not multiple universes, but multiple systems that are flat because they kind of spin around apparently a black hole or something like that, or something very dense. And yeah, but though they could go in that direction as well. But you don't really see that happening a lot, right? It's usually in somewhat of a it's somewhat the same line. There's some variations, like they can tilt.
Maybe it is happening. We just haven't discovered it yet.
Or no, not really. It's not really flat. The models that we create are very flat because that's easier to understand. But those ones, because the sun is moving around as well, right? So you kind of got a spiral that is going through space with all the planets going around the sun. Yeah, wait. Let me just draw my hands, right? You got the sun, right? There's our sun, and then we got our planets. That's kind of how we usually see it, right?
Yeah, but that's just like our Milky Way or whatever, right?
Yeah, but the sun is moving as well, moving in a direction.
Yeah.
But then those are moving as well in the direction, so you kind of get those weird little spirals. So it's not flat; it's a spiral. A spiral that's spiraling around the spiral.
Oh my god!
It's a good thing that we have.
All just baubles.
Yeah. Yeah, we got some true facts again today.
True facts.
Yes.
Fact two.
What would happen to Earth if the sea was blocky? Ooh. If only the sea was blocky, though, that would be even more difficult.
Like, if every drop of water was just a tiny cube.
Oh, that would be...
Sounds painful to swim.
Yeah,
or
we
easier
probably
to
get
you
used to
just
it,
walk
right?
on top of it now.
You were born in that world, right? So you You probably get used to some blocky shapes.
Oh, that would making drinking water also a little bit.
Yeah, but what if the resolution is very small, so you don't really
So if
notice it? It's just
if the sea are
particles.
blocked, if the sea are blocks, right? Can we say that all water is blocked?
No, just to see. But when
That's what
water
it
comes out of the tap, everything is normal. But as soon as it reaches the sea, it just coalesces in a giant cube of wet.
No, it's cube.
No, it's cube. Yes.
If all water was cube, then we would also be more cubey, because we are like water.
Yeah, but we wouldn't be in the sea at this moment, so everything's fine.
If you go swimming in the sea, then you will become a blockhead.
Oh, sugar! Don't forget to swallow your cube-shaped water. Just maybe something like gelatin, right? Having cube-shaped water just completely messes up everything.
Yes.
Because it whirls around because of the equal pressure from all sides. But then it would mean there will be only 6 points of pressure in the entire system.
Thus, the Minecraft world appears.
Yes.
Where is my world? Here's my world points. Okay, got it. I got it. Don't worry, don't worry. I got it. Oh, shite. I got it!
I broke it again.
Yeah.
Okay, this part needs some work. If I got it like that, can I see what am I doing? Hold my own hand there. And there is a bit of a skin that goes between there and there. Yes. Still have sugar cubes in that world, though. The realization hits.
Sugar spheres.
Hits.
Sugar is not crystal anymore. It's spheres now.
Yeah. Just it's mass hysteria. I figure out how to make a knife, but I don't know how to make a handle for it. Aha. Well, it's a knife, right? Wait, let me just save this real quick. I'll show the ZBrush, and you have to do it in Blender by yourself. But if I explain it well enough, then it probably goes, right? Save to the disk successfully. Wonderful. Let me just grab a cube. And let's look from the front, just because we can. Rendering? No, I don't want you to render. There we are. Okay. Bit. If you got a bit like this and a bit like that, and then you got your and it makes it a bit longer, and make that a bit shorter again. That should be your knife, right? But better. Whoop. Kind of like that. It's a butter knife. But the handle of a knife is usually two plates of wood or plastic or whatever your material is made out of, which is kind of stuck together. So if we just make this a slightly longer shape, so a bit more of a longer grip. There. That's knife shape enough. And let's move this one forward a little bit. Let's change the shape of our handle ever so slightly. There we go. That should be enough for now. And a good way that I usually did it, the way that I usually did it, don't know if it's a good way, but is to duplicate this shape that you have. And the sword is called a tang, right? I think. And
Ain't no thing.
your thang, yes.
Ain't no thing.
And let's remove that sphere. It's confusing me. Go away. No spheres on our knife today. And you kind of remove everything from the top, and you also don't need that bottom bit, at least not in this case, but you should, I think. And you don't need the middle either, so let me just make a nice singular. That's an easier way to do it, is just by masking it, right? C modeler, yes. Could it please, C modeler, make some polygroups? Yes, please. No.
Please.
Okay, let's do this and just go to polygroups and just group front. There we go. Yes. Delete. And when you got it's doing weird things. It's always when you want to explain something, it goes wrong, right? But use this shape that you just created and extrude that and make it a bit rounder afterwards. So let's do it like that. Polygroup all. I got some things that I don't need, like over there. So let's remove those. Delete hidden. Nope. Auto group. That one. Hidden. Just get a bit still again. Let's mirror that to the other side. We could maybe just extrude it a bit more. But the idea is to it kind of wraps around in this case, which you shouldn't have. But that you basically have a little sandwich of your wood or your material. Then you got your knife bit right over there, and then you got some more wood. It's got a nice little sandwich of materials, and maybe some rivets right here.
Riveting.
Yeah. Like this, but with a little bit more care. And not to try to do it within a minute.
Huh? Are you still there?
I'm there. Hello.
Okay, you just stopped talking to me. At least I didn't hear you anymore. So
Ah.
it's like it's something like this, but and then you cut out.
Oh, but with a little bit more care. Yes. And not try to do it within a minute, because as you can see, it goes wrong a bit. But yeah, just create the shape that you already had for your handle. Create a nice new shape out of it and just stick it right next to it. And extrude it a bit. And that part, that new material, you can make a little bit rounder as well. So you have a nicer grip. Do I still have some? I don't think I have them anymore on my discs. Got them all backed up, I believe. Yeah. No. Maybe for another time, but I don't have any knives currently on my PC. I could have shown you. I kind of want to, because I explained it badly. Could have labeled those, but Got a disc. This is an empty one.
What project are you looking for?
The Lowry and stuff. Nope, that one either. Because I have a disc with previous studios I worked on. A couple of the things I worked on, at least. Oh, okay. Oh, wait, I know which disc they are. I don't have that one here. Nope, I can't show them to you today, but maybe next time.
No disc. Disky business.
It is disky business, yes.
Disney biscuits.
Yeah, I made quite a lot of weapons for them back in the day, which was really fun to do. Always when you see a piece of concept art on ArtStation or something like that of an interesting looking weapon, it's like, oh yeah, kind of want to make that one again.
Nice little weapon. So, a good prop.
Yeah. Wait, I don't think that they are really visible on my portfolio, right? Kind of want to help, but I can't, which is frustrating. Not at this moment, at least.
What kind of knife is it that you're making?
Yeah, that's also very.
Swiss Army knife.
Well, it's similar. There's also a bit of metal and two pieces to the side, right? But
yeah,
but kind of
a
different.
bunch of them in between.
Yeah, but kind of differentiates a sword and a knife is the handle that you hold it with. If
Like
it's a sharp pin.
modern army knife.
Oh, you sent it, but I made on Discord. Oh, wonderful! You're on a Discord channel. I didn't realize. Sorry. Hello. Ah, that is a cool looking knife. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Straight from the cube. Yeah.
Awesome looking knife. Okay. Yeah, you already made the well, the handle kind of looks good shape wise, at least. Yeah, maybe a bit longer compared to the other one, but it kind of I don't know if it's a bread knife or an attacking knife, right? A weapon knife. Shape wise, it kind of looks like it could work. But if you want to have it a bit more detail, do you want to use it for games or just a nice visual? Maybe it would be easier if I also put the chat back up, right? Oh, there we go. I was trying to make a katana, and then I remembered some Japanese chefs, and it turned to a Japanese chef's knife. Oh, wonderful. Yes. Well, the best thing is to look up some reference. Japanese chef. Knief. Kniffe. Yes. Ah, they do have a round a bit. Japanese ones. Technically swords, according to nerds. Yes. If it's going to be a Japanese chef's knife, then the handle can be nice and round, really. By the looks of it.
Try to make add a cylinder to it and use that as the handle and attach it to each other, merge. However it is called in Blender.
Yeah, they kind of look like the Japanese ones are
pieced together.
Just the knife and a handle, and they just stick them in, and then you're done. So you can do the same with modeling. You just need to have two pieces, like the knife piece and the handle piece, and just combine it together. Join them. I think it's in Blender, right? You join them.
It's called attach.
Oh. So we are not allowed to use the same name. No, that would be silly. Terminology should be completely different in all software packages. Not that Maya is gospel, though. That would be also a bit weird, but yeah. It's strange that all of them.
It is. Oh.
It's strange that all of them try to do something different constantly. I like consistency, not something chaotic like that. It's quite difficult to hear the one from on the right. Oh, that's Mike. Okay.
Oh man.
Also, there you go.
Hi.
Web can also disappear because I was looking in Discord.
Might be just that my internet is sending my audio to Bram's internet, which is sending my audio to the internet, to the stream. So
there are a couple of
a lot of loops.
Yes.
But yes, you could try to make a cylinder separately to it and get that in the right position over where you want your handle to be, and then join those two meshes together and create the handle in that way. There are many different ways you can do different things in modeling.
yeah, there's no correct way of doing it.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't attempt to, just because it's more difficult. You can still do it if you want, but it would be more difficult if you make it out of one shape. It's better to make those out of separate pieces, like the knife piece and the handle piece.
Like all my fingers.
Exactly, yeah.
And a hand.
Yeah, I was rambling about the difference of swords and knives, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. A sword is apparently when you got the tail end of the sword, right? That becomes the handle. You made use the cube and just pressed E to extruding, right? To add more things to it. Yeah, it's a very good way to do it. Definitely. It's how I model as well, and also the well, in Maya it's called the insert edge loop tool. It's a mouthful, but it creates edge loops around your meshes. You don't want to extrude anymore, but have something between your extrusions. But the end piece of a blade that kind of gets pressed into the wood for your handle. That apparently what makes a sword a sword. So in or at least in Germany back in the day when they still made oil paintings instead of pictures. And they had a law that you wouldn't that you weren't able to allow to walk around with a sword anymore because it's dangerous, right? So they made knives instead, just really big ones. Yeah, the Großmesser, I think they were called. And because the handle was made in a similar way that knives would have been made, like it's a flat piece, and then the two pieces of wood that are connected together between those, like that sandwich I was talking about. And
you call that a knife? This is a knife.
Yeah, exactly. It's the knife, the length of your own entire arm. And those were allowed because it was technically a knife and not a sword.
Silly.
Yeah. And they still
try to go to airport security, and then you have like
just my pocket knife,
but a knife, and it's like, that's a knife. That's too long. It's like, oh my god. No, it's not. Please, don't arrest me.
Just use these to clip my nails. Yeah.
Have you seen my nails? Longer than those knives.
There's a knife in my country called "Does Not Hold Stitches." Ooh, like it's from out of a nightmare. Ugh. That is certainly a title to give to your name. It's certainly a title to give to a sword. Because let me just see, right there. Your name is spelled in runes in Discord. It's very difficult to read, but it's fine. Well, where are you from again? Or if you told us already, if you want to share that. It sounds like a very interesting kind of sword. I don't think we have swords with names in the Netherlands, right? At least such dramatic ones
just
like that.
Just the functionality.
Yeah, just knife. Yeah, it's bread knife. Yep.
Cup knife. I don't know.
Machete.
Yeah, machete. Kapmes. Slagersmes.
Yeah.
All the different messes.
It's one of the earliest texts. Apparently, it's called Jachtcommando knife. Jachtcommando. Okay.
Sounds pretty German.
Yeah, it does. German-like. I don't know how to make that in Blender. Yeah, let me Google Jachtcommando.
Knife.
Oh, the rounded one. It's all twirly. Right, Mike can see this.
Can I?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I had a small. Oh.
That's an awful knife. Oh.
Oh.
You don't want to get stabbed to that.
No.
Well, it's it's aardappelschilmesje. Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
The most feared mess of them all. You got your shape, right? Let me just create one. Let's do the cube. It works, functions similarly. And you
use the Z model.
I'm going to use the Z modeler, yes. No, not even the Z modeler. But you've got your shape. You kind of bend it inwards, right? And you just make it straight. Don't forget about the curve. You just do all the things that you want to do for that. So it had that indentation there, right, in the middle. But just pretend that these are 3 sides. So kind of this one, and also to the other side as well. Let me just do that in one go. Just go to transform X and Y. No, X and Z. Sorry. There we go. Oh no. It doesn't do it the way I wanted to. Oh, that's a shame. Radial, that's the one I needed to have. Yes. I very rarely use the radial one. There we go. And then we go upwards. So you kind of got your shape. The bendy shape, right? And of course, it will end in a tip, but you'll figure that out. And but you make it straight. Don't think about that rotation that you have. But there should be something of a deformer tool in Blender. I can't help you with the location of that, unfortunately. I'm not that well versed in Blender. But what that does is that you... that was fun. Is that you can move things around a bit, and it will bend, kind of like it does over here. There's a functionality in Blender that does that, a deformer or something in that vein. What you can do is just make it as small as possible, just the 2. Just select the upper ones and just rotate that area. Something like that. Let's go 45 degrees for this. There you go. And now you got a rotation to it. And of course you can do that more or less. So if you got, let's see, 2, you've got to split in half instead of just the 2. Then you just do that first. No, other way around. Let's do the top ones first. Rotate the both of them. And then just mask that as well. So you just rotate the one above that, so it has a steeper angle to it. So that's kind of how you can make that angular shape to it. It's a nasty one. By the looks of it, it looks like a knife where you just bleed out.
Stitches.
Yeah, it's...
Never stitch again.
Yes. Let's make it.
Once upon a time, there was a hand.
Yes.
A hand and a knife. And a knife hand.
I haven't made a flint knife yet, but I have made a flint battle axe, which was very fun to texture, I liked it a lot.
Flint battle axe. Sounds flinty.
It was. I got the art director came to me, and he's like, "Hey, Bram, we need to have some really shitty looking weapons, and I think you are the one to do it." Like, wow, thanks, man. was really fun making them. So his guess was correct. Oh, satisfied with the palm. There is nothing going on there. That's because it's so thick. Oh, it's, it's hey man, we need you to make Flintstone models. Yes, yes, exactly. They needed to be just very much. Yeah, I've seen them. I've seen the Flintstones. Yes, yes, yes.
Yabba dabba doo.
We are that old as well. Not older than the Flintstones, luckily, not yet. And yeah, they needed to be very much improvised, those weapons. So whatever you had laying around and making a weapon out of that. So it was a bit of a tricky one because it was one of the earlier assignments that I got. So I need to think and concept my own my own weapons as well. And I'm better at modeling than the concepting, so that took a while. But yeah, I came up with yeah, we needed a sword, but yeah, we don't really have a sword laying around. And I made yeah, a sword is basically like a long knife, right? Yeah, yeah, that's basically a long knife. Well, I got a knife. How do I make it longer? Well, I just add a stick to it, just with a bit of rope on the stick, and in the end you got your knife, and there you go, you got a sword. And yeah, he really enjoyed that one. So it's in that game. So that was fun. Yeah, more like this, more like this. Yeah, okay. And luckily, I got some help of concept artist, so I can work from that. So yeah. What about red kits? I don't know about red kits. Let me just Google that really quick.
Red cat.
Red cat is de naam van deze kat.
Cat is,
Deze kat. Oh, Lucky Luke. Yes. Lucky Luke is
Lucky
great.
Luke schiet sneller als een schaduw.
I didn't know he was called Red Kit.
Shoots faster than a shadow. Is what I said, just in my weird language.
Such a weird language,
Red
yeah.
Kit.
We know him as Lucky Luke. Ooh.
Lucky Luke. I mean, that's a pretty American sounding name, right?
Lucky Luke, yeah. But where's Red Kit? Which language is that?
International.
International, wow.
Red Kit was a modding tool for The Witcher 2.
Oh, right, of course.
It's a different one. CD Projekt Red Kit.
I just googled it and got the character Red Kit, which we know as Lucky Luke. But there's also a modding tool. Which one do you mean? You mean the cowboy or the modding tool for for Project Red?
I thought the cowboy. But
yeah, me too. We were talking about the Flintstones, right?
Cartoons, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember looking at watching that series back in the day. It was always very fun. I also had a couple of comic books.
I guess we will never know. It's a mystery. Mystery into history. Let me turn on my thing.
Your arm thing. Oh.
Oop.
Headcat was just the best game when we grew up. It was a racing game about a red cat, and he was the main hero of the game, really. And there were two others, which was a bulldog and a rat. Yes, and those were always getting in the way of. They try to foil whatever Red Cat was doing. And basically, what you did while playing the game was solve math questions and or language or geographical.
We had like one with the zoo.
Oh,
Like,
you had. Oh, you didn't have that one.
it's like all about animals and different animals and what they did and where they lived and whatever. So
I
many
missed
different
out.
ones.
I missed out on that one. Yeah, it was very cool because you could race around, and when they hit you with like a rocket or something in your racing car, because of course they do,
Obviously.
yeah.
Yeah.
Then your car would disappear, and you would just run around until you found a replacement again. But yeah, you would solve math questions and things like that during the race. It was pretty fun. Yeah, I did learn a lot. Only the topographical ones from all the villages and cities in the Netherlands for us. That one was just too easy. Yeah. Because you will be driving around or on the map of the Netherlands, right? And then you would reach a destination, like a city or something like that, and then you would have to guess which town that was. And the even though the questions the answers with multiple choice always change position, they were always the same four. So yeah, it took
Four questions.
it took you maybe four tries to get the answer. You didn't learn anything from that, only to not pick the same ones ever again. It's
Yeah. I had that when there was a from Rayman, there was an educational game.
uh-huh.
But this was before I could read or write.
Ah.
And the game may or may not have been in English, I don't know. But they also had questions like maths and which words were spelled wrong and all of that. But since I couldn't read or write anyway, I didn't know. So I just remembered the route that I had to take to not die.
Yes. Find a way. We will always find a way. Yeah,
The
we
good
kind
old
of had a
days.
similar thing with when Pokemon came out. I was about 9 years old at the time. Also didn't know any English, at least not enough to hold a conversation or to read it. So when you're playing
Smell you
Pokemon,
later.
Hmm?
It's like, what? What Gary used to say.
Oh yeah, smell you later. Yeah.
Like, what? What do you mean? Why are you only smelling me?
Well, he also wasn't called Gary on our game. He was called Loser.
Oh yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
Uh,
But yeah, it's one of those games where you just mash A and walk around until you are able to continue. So I think I've been noodling.
it's like at some point you figure out it's like, oh yeah, so you just can talk to people. Okay, so that's mashing A. Yeah, cool. So I don't know how to continue. Just talk to everybody.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know what they say, but just talk to everybody.
I named him my worst nightmares. This is my grandson. My worst nightmares.
This is my grandson. Does not hold stitches.
think you never finished the first Pokemon games you played. Ah, right. There's Pokemon Red. Yes, Pokemon Red was the first one.
It's not my. Oh well, it was.
It was, yeah, the first
Kind
generation.
of.
Yeah.
For me, it was blue. At the moment that Gold and Silver came out, I was able to acquire Pokemon Blue for myself.
We had our Pokemon games on the computer. Yeah.
Then they will sue you if they find out.
Yeah, they would. Well, they wouldn't, because I didn't put it on there. I mean, I was 9. I didn't know about anything about computers.
I have no responsibility.
Wasn't even able to read in English. So yeah, I couldn't have
Let
done
alone
it.
Japanese.
And I don't know who put them on there either. They just appeared on the computer. So yeah,
Santa Claus.
definitely, yeah.
Probably.
Looks like it now. Yeah. But yeah, we also wanted to have Pokemon on our Game Boy as well, which was the original one, the classic, the big gray brick, right? But we dropped it accidentally a couple of times, and the screen fell off. Still worked, no problem.
Somehow.
Yeah, it still does. But
to this day,
yeah, it does. And yeah, so we wanted to buy it, but my dad kind of voted against it because, even if you buy it, the Game Boy might break and you aren't able to play it anymore. So we kept saving up money for a new Game Boy, which would have been the Game Boy Color. So I needed to buy the Game Boy Color as well as Pokemon, so that was a big save. Yes, which was fine.
Huge. I got a Game Boy Color for my communion.
Ooh.
Is that how you call it in English?
I think so, yeah.
You know what I mean.
Your baptism party, something or other.
Baptism Plus.
Yeah.
Baptism level 2. With Super Mario Bros.
Oh, that's nice.
Where is it? That's a great first game to play.
That's a very good one. Yes, I had Super Mario Land on the Game Boy, and you weren't able to save that one.
Oh yeah, I got that one later at some point. Great music though. Yes. Oh, so good.
And that victory song when you reach the end of the level, that's completely out of tune. Da 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 da.
It's like it wanted to be Zelda, but it then didn't go for it.
Yeah, definitely. You tried to call Pokemon games as well. It was like being in a fish bazaar. Everyone was trying to sell high-level Pokemons.
Oh, that must be great. It's like, I have a Charmander of level 100. Why is it not a Charizard? Because it's a Charmander. Good luck evolving that one.
Yeah, that's very difficult.
I don't know.
I never had a Pokemon that was at level 100. At least not of my own training creation. Right. But I also never really traded back in the day all too much. I had one friend, you could call it, who wanted to trade with me.
Call it friend, I guess.
Yeah. And he was like, "Oh yeah, I'll trade with you." And then we were trading, and I gave him a Pokemon that he really wanted to have, and when when it was my turn to get the Pokemon that I wanted to have, then during the link, he just turned off his Game Boy, and then my entire game corrupted. Yeah, there was a Pokemon that didn't really ended up there, and then it was the same guy who walked around on my game and wanted to look what I had, and he caught a Caterpie with my Master Ball.
Oh, what a nice guy.
Yeah, wonderful.
Lovely.
Of course, he saved it for me as well.
Oh, yeah. Oh, how nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so then you took your big gray Game Boy Color and bashed his skull in? Like, what?
No, I trained that Caterpie until it was level, I think it was 80 or something like that.
It will be the best goddamn Caterpie the world has ever seen.
Yes, definitely. Well, it was a Butterfree very quickly, because it was bug Pokemon, you know.
Uh-huh.
Evolve very quickly. But yeah, it was fun. There was an evolve system that that was solely depending on the trade system to evolve your hunter to a Gengar. Yeah, that's true. Also with the Kadabra that evolves into Alexam, right?
Yeah.
And Machoke into Machop.
Machoke into
Machamp. Sorry, Machamp. Yeah, Machop was the first one.
How dare you do?
They only sound
make an error in the original
different.
151. I don't get why Mewtwo is 150. He should be 151 because he's number 2.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Because Mew was also, yeah, it was basically part of the first generation as well, right?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they probably thought of him that one a lot later.
But also, what I never got is, like, so you're running around catching Pokemon to help gather information about your Pokemon, right? And then you catch a Pokemon, and then this thing already knows everything about the Pokemon. Things that you have never seen them do. It's like, oh, people say this and this about this Pokemon. How do you know that from scanning this Pokemon?
Yeah, that is odd, isn't it? It just makes things up, maybe.
Yeah. I didn't put this information in here.
Did. Yeah, that is. I never thought about that.
That's what I kind of liked about the Legends Arceus.
Yeah.
I only played it a little bit though, but there you had to catch some Pokemon like over and over to like get more information on them, or like use certain attacks with them, and or things like that to gather your information. Like,
that does sound fun.
Now it makes sense.
Yeah. I truly never thought about that problem. It wasn't really a problem. Yeah, okay, now you know. Yeah, someone needed to put that information in there, and only unlocking it when you scan the Pokemon. Okay.
Yeah, and somehow the Pokemons they have their own number already, instead of the first Pokemon that you scan being number 1.
That is true.
Yeah.
You already know that's
so strange.
when you pick Charmander, because obviously you pick Charmander, that there are 3 before
because
that.
I had Pokemon Blue. Only losers pick Pokemon, pick Bulbasaur, Steph.
Bulbasaur's great, alright?
He picked Bulbasaur because he read in the manual that he trained faster.
Oh,
So yeah.
yeah, but he's good. He's great. I had a playthrough with Bulbasaur as well, and he was very tanky. You just couldn't kill him. Except when Loser came with his Charizard, but yeah. Then you switch them out, you know?
Switch the world.
To Gyarados, probably. It's a cool looking water Pokemon, right? Poliwhirl, yes. It's a very shitty one as well.
Kind of stuff.
In the newer ones, you don't really have the HMs anymore. You just
And just do it.
yeah, you just basically call a Pokemon service and they pick you up.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? Can I get an Uber?
Yeah, and then you carry it around in the arms of a Machamp, just running around town. Yeah,
just feeling safe, you know?
yeah. You have your little helmet on just to be safe as well. It's oh no! I don't feel like I had a
Get some new one.
save in a while. That thumb looks slightly out of slightly odd orientation, but yeah. Why didn't I see this earlier? Why? Just rotate over here. Bit to this direction. Squish it like that. It'll be fine in the end.
Yeah.
This'll do. This'll do.
Yeah. Didgeridoo.
Yeah, but the trading system of Pokemon was fun. But yeah, it was for me. There weren't really a lot of people around where I could actually trade reliably.
Yeah. Same. I had one friend that I could trade with at some point. So then we spent like a day doing the start bit to get all of the starters for both of our systems.
Ah.
And then we so you had to do it like 6 times.
Yeah. And then trade everything to the other one, and then trade half of it back again to the
Yeah, you had to trade like 5 to the other person, and then start over, and then trade 2 back. It's like
yeah, that sounds like it could have taken quite a lot of time.
it was well worth it.
Yeah, definitely. The starters are great.
Getting just destroying the league with the 3 starters. That's all you need. And Alakazam, of course.
And Alakazam, yeah, while you're at it, right? No, I really,
more of a
yeah.
Kadabra man, because I was using Kadabra like forever before I started trading. But
Yeah, you can kind of get attached to them, right?
yeah, exactly.
I had a similar thing with Haunter, and initially I wanted to have a Gengar. But yeah,
Still around.
yeah, but yeah, I wasn't able to trade well, so I just kept using my Haunter, and it became one of the strongest ones in my team.
It's still a very good Pokemon.
Yeah, it is. I mean, they don't really change all that much stat wise. It's just shape wise, and yeah, I got quite attached to that one. So when I actually eventually had the option to evolve, and I kind of didn't want to. Like, nah, I don't want to anymore.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Yeah, they announced a new Legends, right?
Yes. For new Pokemon Legends in like, I don't know, like the future or in the now, in like a city from Pokemon X and Y, which is a Pokemon that I haven't played. So
So why? Oh yeah, it's with the Super Evolutions, right? The Mega
yes,
Evolutions.
Mega Evolutions are apparently coming back.
Great. Those were fun.
That's that. Yeah, that's what everybody was like. Everybody was like, "Oh, a new Pokemon Legends. Oh, are they doing Celebi so we can go back to the Johto that everybody loves?" Like, no, they're doing in this city. Oh, this the area where the Great Pokemon Wars happened. Okay, that's also pretty interesting. Yeah, they're doing it in the future, so not during the Great Pokemon Wars. Oh, but Mega Evolutions are coming back. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
only
just
played
I remember that you and Francois were playing with the Mega Evolutions with the red and the black Charizard.
yeah, that's true. It's also quite a lot of years ago now.
Yeah, that's why it came out, I guess.
Yeah, I mean we were still in school. But,
Back the day.
yeah, those were fun though. I really liked that Mega Evolution of Charizard, the one that I had, the Y.
The red one.
Yeah, the extra Charizard looking one, and not the black
Yeah,
blue one. Yeah,
the true Charizard.
yeah. Because I could mess with people. Eventually, I started playing online, and then they see that you have a Charizard, right? And you just immediately defeat their first Pokemon, and then okay, it's a Charizard, so they gonna
Getting a
use
water.
their water Pokemon, right? And when they did that, and the blasters came out or something like that, I used the Mega Evolution, and that would create a sunny day as well, because that was the effect of the Mega Evolution Charizard. And then he could use Solar Beam because he was able to use that.
Solar Beam in the same turn. Yay!
Yes.
True charging.
I had a Charizard with a grass type move. It was great.
That's what you need.
There's a perfect connection between the arm and his hand, but I will be hiding that with some jewelry that he has. And over here, the other one, you can't really see it either, because it's just face and some bits of cloth over there. How does hand look like in over here? Doesn't look good. It's not.
Does hand look like hand? That
How
hand
does
good.
look hands do the thing where it's um,
Does hand look like foot? Hand not good. Oh well, in your case it might actually still be good then. Right.
I'm gonna keep
Wat
those
hoor ik
hand
dan?
feet
Ja.
just separately. Completely this bit.
Oh,
This should be. Yes, 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 yes. Why didn't I see this before?
that is a question.
Yeah, I just do and don't think.
That was our motto last Tuesday.
That was, yes, definitely was.
Do and don't think.
I didn't have any time to think.
A monstrous model.
Yes.
Do.
No. That one.
Yeah, so it's a nice little monster.
It's orc that we made.
I keep thinking it was a zombie, but yes, it was an orc.
Zombie orc.
Zombie-like orc.
It wasn't really your traditional orc-looking orc. But, a feral one nonetheless.
That's how he sounded.
Definitely.
Rawr. Watch out, I'll bite you.
Just
Yum,
gnaws
yum,
on your
yum, yum,
feet.
yum. No, not my pinky toe. Suck on your toes. It's me, AKG. Suck on your toes.
Let's try this.
We don't mind sucking on toes.
Yeah, that sounded great when they did that.
Yeah. The 90s revival Tenacious D.
I'm here for it. I'll listen to it.
It's like they released that now, like just before they go on tour. Like they definitely gotta sing that on tour.
am I doing? This isn't how you're supposed to do this. This is just a mess. What am I doing? There's little folds between this and this right over here.
Uh-huh.
When you hold a pen, you know, the skin kind of folds there. I'm trying to recreate that, but it isn't really going well.
What if you don't think of it as skin folds, but as cloth folds? Like where's the point of tension? Where we're going to? For me, in my hand, it looks like the point of tension is up on my knuckle, and then the fold is going down to like the below of the thumb.
Yes, I see what you mean. So instead of going around, kind of like I have right now, you should go to the other side. You should go down a bit to this direction.
Yes.
Yes, okay.
That's how I'm seeing it in my own hand, at least.
That makes sense. Like, then there's one underneath that one. That's this one. It's from me. Oops, it kind of cuts that. And this one kind of disappears into the front.
Void.
No, not the void. No. This one kind of goes in this direction. That one kind of goes into, yeah, to the middle of the thumb for me. It kind of just disappears in there. So it kind of goes in there. Looking topology right now, but let's see if I can make it work.
The message is nobody looks at your topology.
It's true. What can you do?
I was going to make like I have these fingers and I want to separate them into their own subtool. Because I want to keep the different poly groups, but I also want to easily switch between the fingers, so without them having in the way. So I was going to painstakingly go like and then select the thing, right? But I can also just select a little bit, and I go to visibility, and I grow all, and I have this, and then I split the rest, and then I do it again. Visibility, grow all, split hidden. Wow, not delete hidden. That's not what I want.
The other one. The other one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you love going head on in the render software, and it just teaches you a lot. Yes, exactly. It's great. Initially, it's also always a little bit difficult as well, right?
Hard and difficult.
It's yeah, hard and difficult and fun as well.
I am going to copy the fingers of this Wolverine guy that I have in my reference, because he has very nice tension in his fingers. I'm not sure if I should, because I might need to move the dragon head. But that's a problem for future, Mikey.
You're making the Oh, that hand. Okay, yeah,
I
sorry.
have to.
Yeah.
I have to either move the dragon head or the hand, which means moving the arm, which means moving the shoulder, which means moving the rest of the dwarf. So I'd rather change the head of the dragon.
I believe in you. You can do it.
I believe in you that believes in me.
Yes. Yeah, learning the shortcuts is always very important. Yeah, but that can also be the most frustrating part of it, especially if you're so switching between software a lot. It's always quite difficult to remember the correct ones.
Definitely, they all have different navigations.
Yeah, that's the one thing, my biggest gripe about Blender. It's the navigation of it.
But ZBrush has a different navigation.
Yeah, that's true, but you know, I've been using this for over 10 years now. So and I've been using Maya for also 10, 15 years now, almost even. And
Jeebus.
yeah, the ZBrush then also in somewhat in a similar vein. It was more like a tool initially that I sometimes needed, and then became my my go-to modeling tool. But yeah, those things are already just solid in my head. Those workflows, and then comes Blender, and it just wants me to change everything, change it up, everything, just throw away all that knowledge and do it your way. And nah, I'm just too stubborn for that. Yeah, for all the other things in Blender, it's been amazing, like rendering and compositing. The node-based modeling I've been working with lately as well. The geometry nodes, it's great. Yeah,
You've been enjoying that.
somewhat.
So
Yeah,
what?
when it works, then it's very enjoyable.
Oh yeah, okay. Well,
it's like Houdini, right?
yeah, it's like programming. Yeah.
How am I gonna do this? And you try something and it doesn't work, and you have to do everything again because you approached this from the wrong angle.
Why is this not working? In my head, this is the way.
Yeah, but no, it kind of works slightly differently than you intend to. So
But just slightly.
only slightly, yes. He says, looking at his hand, like, no, I can't make it. You should have learned how to merge models as well. Yeah, but you can still learn that. Nothing is stopping you from learning more, right?
It's impossible.
Possible doesn't exist.
Yes. Stick that thumb right up in his skin. Painful. Nice. I
Gums
like.
or in this.
Or maybe even like is like underneath his eyelid.
Ugh. Just stretch it out a bit.
That would be great.
Nasty man.
Let's see if I don't think I can. It will probably go into his gums because I think his head would need to move too much for his head to reach his eyeball.
Let's not do that. Just in the bit of skin that's right there. It's 10:30 over here.
20 minutes ish
Yeah.
to go.
I
25.
was surprised by the time as well.
Uh,
You've said a lot of nonsense today already.
Only facts.
Only true facts. That's true. Yes.
True facts with purpose in life.
So put it back in again a bit. Be sure about that. Tension is a little bit all over the place. That's what you get when you don't use enough reference. You just start noodling. You have to redo everything 5 times because it doesn't look right. And eventually you think it looks right, but then it isn't correct because you didn't use any reference.
You think it looks right, it doesn't look right. Damn it!
You think it looks right, it isn't right.
Right? Oh, might be right. And that's when you say like, no, it's I'm going for an expressionistic view.
Yes,
Uh,
yes, yes, yes. This
it's
is
it's art.
intentional.
Intentional, exactly. That's what I meant. This is how I express myself.
About 6 hours.
How long have you been working on this head? Yes.
I have been working on this hand for a decent amount of time. We also had to figure out what would happen if the egg or the chicken came first in a cube-shaped world. So yeah.
In a cube-shaped world, right? Did the egg or the chicken cross the road?
Chicken. Because the egg wouldn't be able to roll to the other side. It'd be flat. Just would be rolling around in circles if it could. You tried sculpting in Blender too, and you liked it. Great! Sculpting is one of our favorite things to do, so it's great that you like it as well. I mean, we're using ZBrush, but yeah.
I hear
Potato,
a lot of
potato,
good
right?
things about sculpting in Blender.
Sorry, who did?
I hear a lot of good things.
Oh yeah,
about
definitely.
sculpting in
Yeah,
Blender.
yeah. And I see a lot of good things as well.
It's also plus that it's easier to combine modeling techniques with sculpting techniques in Blender.
And rendering, and you could set up a
And
camera,
rendering,
a
definitely.
render cam. So
having a steady camera, yes.
Oh, you said what you did on Discord. Wonderful. Ooh, let me show. Wait, if I switch to that, oh, Mike's gone again. If I switch to that, it might come on stream as well, just like your knife did. Is that alright with you? By the way, I'm sharing it with the entire internet unintentionally. It's kind of how our system works at the moment, so I can't really see it well. Oh, maybe on my phone though. I do have Discord on my phone. Let me just grab it real quick. Oop, oop, oop.
That's an intense needle. Threading the needle.
General. Whoa. It's a very cool shape that you just made.
Many extrusions going there.
Yeah. Wonderful.
PayPal donation account as well.
Yeah, you just donated that.
Everybody can pay royalties when they see it.
Oh yeah, as they should. First ones were absolutely awful.
First what?
Sculpts.
Oh. Yes.
Well, the first sculpt actually was a fist. You had to start with a cube.
I have an image from that.
No, yeah, not at the moment. No, it's probably on the same disk that the knives were on. So gotta find out how to mirror things in Blender. Yeah? It should be something that's easy to find, right? I don't really know out of the top of my head, to be honest.
Modifier, says the Blender docs.
Oh, search it up quickly. I usually
I just don't know how to how Blender works, so but it has a normal name. That's good.
Yeah, that's always nice.
In In 3ds Max, it's the symmetry modifier.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
In Maya, it's just called
Hard to say.
mirror because they don't use modifiers in Maya.
In Maya, it would be the mirror history step.
Yeah, but you just delete those history steps. You didn't. I never use those. Always messes
Yeah,
up
in Max you can also collapse it afterwards, but like if you wanted to change the modifiers, then that would be similar to changing the history, but you know, things break.
Yeah. So for me, it kind of stops there. Like, what's the point of it then? But yeah, maybe I should have tried a different approach with modeling in general. If that was the case, to use them.
Yeah, that's the thing in 3ds Max.
It's
It
symmetry.
works if you do it in their way.
Yes, exactly. If I try to use the Maya way and a different software, and it doesn't work for some weird reason. But you found it. Great. It's symmetry and called mirror. I check it X, Y, and Z directions. Perfect.
X, Y, and Z direction. As in Blender, is Y up or is Z up?
Blender uses Z as up, yeah.
Ah, silly.
Yep.
Just like Max.
Mm-hmm. Not unlike, you know, the game engines, Maya, Substance Painter. No?
Yeah. It's such a like strange remnant from like cat drawing, but that makes it strange that Maya doesn't have it.
Yeah, it does, right?
Yeah, because you know it started like a bit the drawings having an X and a Y,
Up and down, yeah.
up and down, vertical, horizontal, and then they needed a depth. Okay, we add Z, which I guess is then into the table if you're drawing on a flat surface. So that's kind of makes sense. But Maya also comes from cat and it just uses up to be up in the world.
Does Maya come from cut? I don't know. It's polygonal, right? Not
I thought
sketch
that
based.
Maya also came from a cat background, but maybe not. Maybe I'm just confusing all of Autodesk with Maya.
Yeah, you still have AutoCAD, yeah, but it's a
Yeah,
different software package.
a little bit.
Then they got Rivet and Fusion, and they're
I know.
at Autodesk.
Is that from Autodesk?
No,
Oh, I know was a thing.
well, it was Rhino again. But there was also a Nerf
NURBS.
space, right?
Rhino is NURBS.
Yeah. Rhino. Nobody.
Any software. Okay.
Nobody did. Nobody wants to have Rhino.
Developed by TLM Inc.
Great, good for them.
Whatever that means. Rhino owns Rhino.
Good for them.
You know what the renderer of Rhino is called?
Hippo.
Grasshopper.
Ah,
Oh, little grasshopper. I thought it was just a renderer, but apparently Grasshopper is the whole visual programming language that they have. Okay.
yeah. Also, just saw some nodes in there as well. Yeah.
Let me just not go into that rabbit hole.
Still getting flashbacks from the Houdini
Crashing
days.
again. Yeah.
Your procedural church.
Ah,
Your
that was a good
cathedral.
church, though. Procedural Gothic church, to be
Yes.
precise. Otherwise, there would be too many variables.
Yes. You picked the one with the most variables out of the two.
Oh, I picked the one that looked the coolest.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I had the Gothic and the Roman and Classic and all kinds of different ones exist.
I made a bike.
You didn't make a bike, you made all the bikes.
I made all the bikes, yeah, correct. Yeah, right now I'm using the geometry nodes in Blender to create stacked cardboard, which works, which is fun. But I have to use booleans, and just with the amount of detail that I need to boolean, it's not great. It's not great. It's not a good step. So I'm kind of want to look at a different approach, but I've got no idea how to do that. At least I don't. I can't think of a different approach to that problem.
Calculates where the booleans are, like where there's geometry and where there's not, and it creates an alpha out of that. So that, and then it replaces all of the geometry with just one plane with an alpha texture on it.
Yeah, but I need to render it as well properly. So I need the geometry.
Yeah, but because it has an alpha, you can still have it interact with light.
Yeah, but only the last plane, right? But it has a thickness to it as well.
Yeah.
So it's a strip of cardboard. Isn't Booleans a thing that check if some data is true or false? Yes, also. But modeling also has Booleans. And it's basically why you got it. Oh, you can show it right here. It's when you got a shape, and then you got another shape. Let me just pick a cube.
Yeah, let me just save before. I wanted to click the live boolean thing, but my computer might explode.
Yeah. That's not right now with that file. And let's pick the live boolean. Boop. And now we just removed the cube that was once there from the sphere. You kind of create shapes like that as well. Just make it longer. Just
basically it is a check if something is there or not.
yes.
It checks against geometry if I'm taking it out or keeping it there. No.
But when you're modeling polygonally, like you're doing right now, basically what we're doing right now as well, I try to avoid booleans as much as possible. That's mostly because they don't really create a nice topology. You have to retopologize it afterwards. So, for instance, if I accept this boolean, make boolean live. Now we got our shape, and now you can see that it tries to create proper topology, and it does, but it isn't nice topology. It's not
Easy to work with.
Yeah, it's not easy to work with, indeed. So I would have to remesh it. Let's do that automatically. And you still kind of lose some shapes to it as well. But yeah, it's I try to avoid it as much as possible, but it's a good way to create an initial shape out of something. So yeah, you can also combine in a similar vein, right? So if I just make a duplicate out of this, and just move this one there. Do this, and I say auto saving. Drink. Such a good idea if we do this with water. So there's also an intersect version of the boolean, so it picks everything that's within this box. And because we got that other one turned on, it also still picks that one. And there's also a union one where we have another box, this one, for instance. And this is the union one, I believe, yeah. And then we'll just connect this part and make one single waterproof, as you could call it that, right? Mesh. So it's yeah. So those are basic booleans. So if we just bring it again over here, there you go. Everything is connected and stuck together. It's a good way to make shapes. You saw this in Unreal. All right, I didn't know they could do that. It's been a while that I've been that I've used Unreal, but
Didn't even know you could model in Unreal.
yeah.
Oh, actually, I have a vague memory. Yeah, that there's like some tools to make like basic level layouts and stuff.
Yeah, and they
modeling.
also had the Blueprint, it was called, which was their version of Houdini inside of.
Oh, yes, true. I used that.
You did?
To make a card rail for my graduation project. Make a card rail over a spline, so I just had to place the spline. Yeah. And then the planks and the railings got created automatically.
Yes.
Ish.
That's similar to the rope bridge that we had to make, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very. I had practice.
That's why we had. That is why we have those assignments.
What? They were useful?
Yeah, some of them were. It's quite good for testing, but not for real-time performance. Ah, great.
Make dirty prototypes.
Yes. Oh man, do you remember the level that we had to make in the Unreal Development Kit? Before the Unreal Engine was a thing, it was the Unreal Development Kit. And the designers made from our school made some levels. So very blocky, white boxy, right? With the blue and white squares. And our job as the artist was to create a good looking level from that. Man, it sure was something.
Challenge.
Yes, definitely. We passed it though.
You do so much better.
Yeah, not decent grades, but yeah, no, they were decent grades, but they weren't particularly bad or good. They were just it's a
Decent.
level, it counts. Yeah, it was a very chaotic time. Did I do this? Why did I just make the thing that I just did? Doop, doop.
Boosh, 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 boosh.
It's an old one.
Another classic.
Yeah. Oh, and it's basically time, Mike.
Hey.
Yeah, it's 11 now.
What?
Man, we did a lot of stuff. Well,
5 minutes ago, it was still 20 minutes.
odd, right?
How does time work?
It's relative. That's why it's what sometimes looks like it's going faster than other times. Okay, I think I've noodled enough with that hand for now, though.
Just need, I need to noodle the other fingers, but well, I have shapes that look more like hands than they were before.
Oh yeah.
Let's see if I can do an easy before after. Let me save this first. Tool.
He's getting there slowly but surely. Yeah, welcome by the way to the Discord channel. If you haven't said it already.
Nice to have you there.
Yeah, if you got any questions about 3D, just post them there.
Do our best to help.
Yeah, both of us aren't really known in Blender too much. I've been using it recently, but I'm also using a plugin that makes it look similar-ish to Maya. So I can't really help you in all things, but with the way of solving things that we can help with. So we can't point you exactly where to find it in Blender. So yeah, glad to have you there.
So the hands after and before.
I think you missed your head in the other one.
I lost my head. Oopsie daisy. No, it's just these are not colored yet.
Ah, okay. I was thinking that the dwarf sculpts look what the dwarf sculpts look like in Minecraft. Oh yeah, it kind of depends how large your the sizes of the sculpt you're making in Minecraft. It's either very blocky,
just as a Steve,
or you're making it so big that you don't really notice the blocks. Which is also
look like Steve.
Yeah. Steve is the main character of Minecraft, yeah. But using voxels is also a different way of modeling. So yeah, it's a modeling method that you don't really see that much often anymore, right? But yeah. You just have to bump up the resolution so much that you don't really see the voxels, the 3D pixels anymore. So, but yeah, I've seen some renders of cars that have been made in voxels, but it's so fine that it's just this sheen that goes across the car. You can make really good stuff with it, but yeah, but it's a difficult one. I could throw it in using in Blender and use geometry nodes to create a voxelized shape out of that, but that's for later.
You could do that.
There are ways to make it into Legos, but only the 1x1 pips, right?
Yeah, cool. And then it gives you a material list of how many of which colors you need, and then you can buy them, and then you can build it in Legos.
Yes, but only using the
one.
single one Lego brick. Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, there should be a way to make it out of actual different shapes as well, but that's way more difficult. It would have been less noodling. Yeah, it's a different kind of noodling because you have to rearrange the nodes in such a way that you can create a cube out of a organic shape. But yeah, that's us for today. I hope
Yes.
everyone enjoyed it. It was
If you
a lot of
did, like,
talking.
subscribe,
Like, subscribe.
bell the ding ringling. Oh, ring the bell. That's what I say, right?
Yeah, ring the noddy bell.
Yes. So then
Because
you get on your phone like, oh, PolyParty's going live. Is it Tuesday again? What?
or is it Thursday? I don't know.
Or is it Thursday? Ooh. Yeah,
It's one of
always a
those 2
surprise.
days. Yeah. But yeah, on Tuesday we will be back, and yeah, we would have our first year of PolyParty. I mean, only half of it has been posted on the internet, but yeah, next weekend
Doing
is
it regularly for 1 year.
yeah, which is
This
something.
weekend, no?
Yeah, this weekend. Yeah,
This weekend. Oh my
the
gosh.
9th.
Hey, it's a PolyParty party. We'll have to celebrate it in some sort of way.
Yeah, let's think about that.
More sculpting.
Of course, why not?
Exactly. So extra stream, party stream. Oh, I need to get a party hat.
Oh yeah.
Party music.
But that will be for another time. Hey,
Yes.
see you guys next time. And
See you next time.
bye.